All right. And good morning, everybody. It's Sherman Ray, Black Success Magazine podcast. And welcome to the show, everybody. It is Black Success Magazine podcast. I'm your host, Sherman Ray. And to Black Success Magazine is all about the people, the places, the trends that are in the Black community. And we are here with you Monday through Friday. For our podcast, you can always get a hold of us on our website at www.blacksuccessmagazine.com, info at blacksuccessmagazine.com, of course, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. It is Super Bowl Monday. Yeah, I know. This was incredible. How many of you actually stayed up for the Super Bowl? I did. Even though my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, was not on the show, wasn't playing. Dallas was out of it probably, I don't know, the third week of the year when Dak Prescott got hurt and stuff like that. But we came back towards the end of the year and we came that close to making it to the playoffs. Well, the Super Bowl yesterday, for those of you who weren't keeping up with it, was a matchup between Tom Brady, the guy they call the GOAT, against Patrick Mahomes, young kid, just started in the NFL 2017. Just about 4 years ago that he got in. 24 years of age, already won a Super Bowls, been an MVP. People are just saying, you know what, this kid has got it. He's got what it takes to win back to back because they just won. The Kansas City Chiefs just won it last year. Well, to make a long story short, didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. As a matter of fact, the Kansas City Chiefs got blown out by the New England Patriots, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Got blown out 31-9. It was terrible. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I was supposed to have started I forgot to start something else. I got at least 100 windows open right now, folks. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'll wait. Okay, I'll have to pick up this tape someplace else. Tom Brady has won 6 Super Bowls. Out of the 10 that he has been a part of, he has won 6 of them. And he was going for his 7th yesterday. And bets were all, no one really wants to bet against the GOAT, okay, because he's won so many Super Bowls. But I hate Tom Brady. That's all there is to it, folks. I'm just not a Tom Brady fan. Have never been a Tom Brady fan, even though he played for the Michigan Wolverines, which is my favorite college team. But I've just never been a Tom Brady fan. Ever since the whole Deflate Gate, and we found out that, a lot of other things, I'm not a big Tom Brady fan. But and once again, I'm going to do something with my lighting here because I'm finding that my lighting is just getting way. I face a window. For those of you who are watching us on YouTube or watching us on Facebook, I've got this light that comes into my office here, and it's just oppressive, just big time. So, anyways, back to the Super Bowl, and we'll go on. We've got some interesting things in the show today too. Even more interesting than that, the Super Bowl was a lopsided affair because Tom Brady has a way of winning every game he's in. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was a team that he was traded to, because you might have seen a Freudian slip I did earlier, and I said the New England Patriots. Well, Tom Brady has played for the New England Patriots his entire career, and last year he got traded. He was 43 years of age. The New England Patriots figured, hey, you know what? He's old. We've used him as many years as he's going to be used, and we'll trade him to another team, and we've gotten as many years as we're going to get. And didn't work out for New England because New England basically never didn't make the playoffs. Tom Brady, who went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, built a team around himself. His assistant coach, his offensive coordinator, Brian Leftwich, former quarterback, black brother, come on, what's up? Called all of his plays for him. He got Gronkowski. He got some Fournette, or he's as a running back. He's got some great receivers around him, a receiving core. He's got a running back core, a monster defense. And other than the first half of the season where they lost, they were like 7-5. They won the rest of the season, made it to the playoffs, and beat. Not only did they beat the New England Patriots, his former team, but he beat Drew Brees, who was with the New Orleans Saints. Then he went out and beat Aaron Rodgers, who played for the Green Bay Packers. And then he's going to go up against the team that they lost to earlier in the season, which was the Kansas City Chiefs. This was not a good thing. You know, you figure that and we won't go through the whole thing, but to put it mildly, Tampa Bay beat Kansas City pretty handily. It was pretty handily. It was an ugly affair pretty much all the time. The most exciting part of the game really was a streaker that went through. Not a streaker, but a guy who was trying to pull his pants down. If you are watching me on Twitter, on my Twitter feed, you saw the whole thing. Even though the cameras on CBS did not show the guy, there were people who were in the in the audience who did see it. So up in the press box or wherever it was, they have their phones, they have their cell phones. They did the whole thing. Interesting thing about it was that this guy was trying to get all the way across the goal line. You know, he was running. He's got a pair of shorts on with like a G-string on and stuff like that. He's running towards the goal line, and all of a sudden, out of his left-hand side comes a guy diving at him at his head, took him out right before he crossed the goal line. He didn't score the touchdown. Had it been the Kansas City Chiefs, they would have won the game. So, anyways, let's talk a little bit about Tom Brady, though, his diet, and what I'm seeing happening in the realm of Hollywood. Yes, it all fits together. This all fits together, folks. And if you notice, we're doing a new format here for the show, where we're going to talk a little bit more about topical things or trends that are going on in the space, in the light space right now. So Tom Brady has many of you know Tom Brady owns his own athletic brand, that kind of stuff. Well, when they first started the Super Bowl, they were talking about the foods he eats. He doesn't eat sugar, no white flour, nothing that's got any kind of high carbs in it, that kind of thing. And they showed a transition picture of him from the time he first got into the league till he is now. And he's 43 years of age now. So he's been in the league a long time. I mean, a long time. And he looks better now than he did when he first got in the league. When he first got in the league, he was kind of a chubby kid. I mean, he wasn't fat or anything like that, but he was definitely a lot rounder in the face than he is now. And so many of you know the reason why he has changed his diet is because, or why he looks the way he does, is because he changed his diet. He doesn't lift a bunch of weights, so he's not a big weight guy. He says he wants to keep his muscles soft because he's a quarterback, that he throws the ball, that kind of stuff. Well, we decided to take a look at, let's see, where's it at? I'm going to make sure I find this here. BET. So there's a story in BET that talks about all of these Hollywood stars and what they're doing. Literally, there are, and I stopped the roll on this, and we're going to post this. We'll post this on our Facebook page, and we'll post it on Twitter, about all the celebrities and all the weight that they're losing and all the stuff that they're doing to lose weight and to stay fit. As a matter of fact, this month's Black Success Magazine is going to, or next month, Black Success Magazine is going to be really looking at two things, really important. One is on marriages, and those people have made it a long time. And you'd be really surprised at how many Hollywood A-listers have been married more than 20 years. I mean, Black Hollywood couples have been married a long time. I'll give you a guess. How long has Snoop Dogg been married? Okay, I'll give it to you. 23 years. Okay, 23 years that brother's been married to the same woman. Okay, not that he has been married, that he hasn't been married and divorced, but he's only been married to one woman for 23 years. And you'd be surprised because remember, everybody looks at Snoop and they go, well, Snoop, you're just a low down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But Snoop is a committed guy. And a lot of these people who you think are not in committed relationships because they have this Playboy, persona. No. LL Cool J, over 20 years. Okay. Some of these guys are just been DL Hughley. Okay. Over 20 years. Okay. These guys have been married a long time. And, that's because that's they know what works. Also, they all are on diets and they are all on strict diets. They all work out incessantly. You've probably seen Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. They're on Twitter, or excuse me, on Instagram all the time about how they're working out and doing all the things they're doing. But all these people, you look at them and you go, wow, these guys they're beautiful people. They're beautiful because they for a reason. Okay, they're not just one-offs. Oh, I came out of the womb looking good. They look good because they work at it all the time. Uh, Drake. Okay, that brother is looking amazing. Even Jake from State Farm. Okay, I know everybody's looking at Jake from State Farm. Yeah, Jake from State Farm is that dude's like 130 pounds. He's 5'7", 130 pounds. The guy's like this bodybuilding thing. Okay. So all of these people, Naturi Naughton, who else? Who else we got? Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys is running in, was she running in a marathon or was she running in a 5K? Yeah. Who else? LaToya Luckett. Some of these people are out here just doing some great things. So you will find in our next offering for Jasmine Sanders. Okay, some of these people are just amazing. So, and I'm going to say it. I was not going to say this, but we look at Massey Menkofit Arias. Boy, she's in really good shape. Kyler Jenner, of course, that kind of thing. But we look at some of these folks who are have got these really big butts. Okay, and I'm going to say it, folks. I know I'm going to get in trouble for it, but it's just the way it's going to be. The big butts came in, as I remember, during the Kim Kardashian era. Okay, Kim Kardashian came in. She's got a big old butt. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, some women just have really big butts. And then all of a sudden, it became a big popular thing for people have big fat butts. Okay, and so I'll only be on here for a second. Okay, it is not healthy, guys. It is not healthy for you to have these big body parts. If you were in Africa, okay, and we're going to be talking about this in this next edition of Black Success Magazine, we call really big people bait. Okay, if you were in Africa. Okay, if you cannot run and get your own food, if you cannot get up and down the stairs, if you cannot, sit in a chair, there's an issue. So I think all of these A-listers, these Hollywood A-listers, all know this. These are not huge people. Okay, these are not big people. Alicia Keys is not a big, just not a big person. Anyways, I'm off that one. Okay. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, during the let's see if I can find it. Okay. Got it. I got a lot of windows open here, folks. During the Super Bowl yesterday, there was a girl named Jasmine Summer, and she sang a duet with country singer Eric Church. And I don't know if you saw this. This was phenomenal. I mean, it was a phenomenal thing that she did. Do I have it open? Yeah, there it is. All right. So we all know who Jasmine Summer is, and that girl who just informed those. If you're not in the loop, you don't know who she is. But let's see. The Hotels or Hoax Tales singer performed a duet on the national anthem at the opening ceremonies of this year's National Football League Championship with Grammy-nominated country singer Eric Church. In the tradition of Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston. Oh, and we should stop and back up, talk about Whitney Houston. We'll talk about her in a second. Sullivan put her own spin on her portion of the Star Spangled Banner. She masterfully extended the word brave as fighter jets and fireworks darted through the sky above the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Her incredible voice rang out from underneath her jeweled headpiece, inspiring the crowd and announcers who remarked on the show's quality. Now, she just blew it out. You know what? I love Eric Church. He did a great job. But, brother, you shouldn't have been there with her. She was phenomenal. You might be the Grammy Award-winning guy, okay? She was the Grammy winner. She knocked it out of the park. She did. Let's back up, talk about Whitney Houston. They started out the pre-games for the Super Bowl talking about Whitney Houston and how she sang the Star Spangled Banner. And they played it. I cried. I got to tell you, I cried because it was so good. I forgot how good Whitney Houston is. I wish I could play it for you right now. I can't. But Whitney Houston just knocked it out of the park. The same way that Jasmine Sullivan did. She did a phenomenal job. Clap, clap, clap. She did a great job on that show. I mean, she did. Let's talk a little bit. What time we got here? Oh, okay, we got plenty of time. All right, so there's a developer, an app developer, and this app developer, his name is named Timothy Riggs or Timothy Griggs. 30 years of experience in mortgage industry. Has designed and launched an app called the Good Steward Financial System to help users manage their credit cards all in one place. Instead of having to log into multiple apps and websites to decide which credit cards is best to use for a transaction, this mobile app consolidates all the important information into one interface. Okay. My granddaughter and I had this conversation yesterday. There's a game called, and I forgot the name of it again. I just remember my wife reminded me, called Cash Flow. So Cash Flow, we were just talking about this game over the weekend. For those of you who know who Robert Kiyosaki is, Robert Kiyosaki wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In that book, he talks about two dads he had. One was a rich dad, one was a poor dad. And he's talking about their mentalities, talking about and how he learned so much from his rich dad that he did not learn from his poor dad. I had the same conversation with my granddaughter yesterday because she's 18 and she's already looking at moving out into her own apartment. Okay, she doesn't live with us. She lives with her dad. She was talking about this particular concept, that particular concept, and I had three of my grandkids with me yesterday watching the football game. One is 18, one is 17, and one is 14. She just had a birthday yesterday. And so we were talking about finances, and they said, we never learned any of this stuff in school. And I said, well, that's not really what school is for, but I mean, it would be great if they taught you that, but they didn't. Some of the concepts we talk to our kids about, these are concepts that we all should have with our kids. We really should. We should talk to them about moving out and how to negotiate a lease. We should be talking to them about credit cards. We should be starting them with we should have started them with their own savings accounts many years ago. My grandson has been telling me about stock investing. He's 17. He's 6'5", and he's talking to me about stock investing, real estate transactions. But this is on the same vein of what Timothy Griggs is talking about with his app on credit. That really, this should be a conversation we all have with our kids constantly, because our kids they have to learn it from somebody, and they can't learn these lessons out in the streets. If they learn anything out in the streets, they learn how to buy, $200 pair of Jordans, which they don't need, or wigs, which unless you're bald headed, what does your kid need a wig for? They just don't need those things. They need to learn how to take care of their own hair. So, thank you, Timothy Griggs, for working on this app. What was the name of it again? The name of it again is called the Good Steward Financial System, and that's an app that's going to be out. I'm sure you can go to Apple Store and get that. That should be good. The credit card management app features debt to income ratio calculator, an EFX credit score, transaction history, bank account integration, and a secure portal. So that'll be cool. Everybody needs that. They really do. News one. Oh, this was a really good story. Ryan Coogler. Now, this is a great story. Ryan Coogler, for those of you who don't know it, he has a multimedia company called Proximity Media. He just inked a deal with Disney. It's a 5-year deal to create Wakanda-like products for Disney. Now, this is interesting because this is a great time to be Black. I got to tell you, if you are not Black, you get Black. Say or inform a Black person about this is the best time to be Black in America because the focus is on us so much. We need to stop. So take advantage of being Black in America. If you've got a product, if you've got a service, if you've got an idea, you need to push it forward right now because right now America is embracing the whole Blackness thing. Okay, about being Black in America. Ryan Coogler, Proximity Media, and his wife, Zinzi Coogler, of a diverse group of content creators will develop television projects for different divisions of Disney TV. So Disney Plus is coming out on digital, and they've got Disney TV. One of the projects on the slate is a series of inspired by the Kingdom of Wakanda. Coogler says he looks forward to teaming up with Disney TV and believes the partnership will be instrumental in bringing unique narratives to new audiences. Okay, great stuff. For those of you who have been watching us on Black Success Magazine podcast, we are working on a TV show ourselves, and it's called Las Vegas Speaks. I'm very excited about that. And it is the best time right now to be Black in America. If you've got an idea for a show, get it out there. Ryan looks like he's going to have some good stuff going on here. This is going to be pretty cool, where he's going to be putting together a series. It's a 5-year deal. You can get a lot of shows out in 5 years. I mean, you really can. Even if you've just got a group that's just writing out great content. Okay, good stuff. So this story came out last year, but I didn't hear a lot about it, and I really want to kind of let's see, where's it at? Okay, can't find out where the story's at, but it is on Good News Black is the name of the website that it's on. Last year, Athletes of the Year were named by Good News Black: Naomi Osaka, LeBron James. Now, why do we bring them up? Okay, one is to acknowledge the fact that they actually are doing something pretty significant, that they've been named Athletes of the Year in a field that is just crowded with people who've done some great things. But number two is that Naomi Osaka just inked a deal to become the co-owner of a women's NBA team, a WNBA team franchise. And we're just this. There used to be a time when A-list Black folks, A-list athletes, that kind of stuff, did not use their money wisely. Those days are gone. I mean, we are watching Hollywood folks all across the fruited plain use their money for some tremendous ways. One of the people is Naomi Osaka. Another one, and many of you probably have seen him, He is probably the number one pitch guy in America. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to think about it. Who is the number one pitch guy, Black American? Who is the number one pitch guy in America? He's the okay. I'm going to tell you, Snoop Dogg. That's right. Snoop Dogg is the number one pitch guy in America. For those of you who don't know who Snoop is, okay, Snoop came out of, hard times, and he's a rap guy, smoking dope, dreads, all this stuff like that, got little squinty eyes, hard as jail, pimping, all that other stuff. We talked about him earlier, okay, loved his wife though, okay, 23 years married to the same woman, has gin, he's got vodka, he's got wine, he's got Martha Stewart, he's got, what's he doing, water now. I've seen Snoop on at least 3 different commercials, okay, unprecedented. Gone are the days when Black entertainers, Black artists, Black, educators are just single dimensional. They're one-dimensional people. Okay. Though these folks, our folks, are being very savvy about getting out there and putting their mark, their brand on everything. Snoop Dogg, tell you the truth, Snoop has got my respect. I was never a big Snoop fan because I just, I think watching women, Black women being, hoochie, jumping up and down in videos, it does us no good. But that brother turned the corner. He turned the corner. Him and Jay-Z. Okay, Jay-Z is another one. Jay-Z is a billionaire, I think now. I think Jay-Z is a billionaire now because he is buying into everything. He's a producer. He's a director. He's a philanthropist. This guy is doing things. This is what Black folks ought to do. This is success. This is inspiring the next generation. My grandson, I'm going to say this again, 17 years of age, wants to be a real estate broker. Okay, he wants to be a broker, and now he's seeing what's going on in the stock market. He wants to learn stocks. Okay, he's not looking for, I want to buy a pair of Jordans. He's not that. Okay, my granddaughter, 18 years of age, the same way. Okay, no, she still wants to buy all the stuff, right? She's still got the eyelashes. Okay, let's be serious. She's still a teenage girl, but she has turned the corner. Our kids are turning the corner, and we're seeing a generational shift now, okay, which is awesome. This is really what we're looking for, especially guys who are. I'm a seasoned citizen right now, okay, so I've been around for a couple of years. We are looking at so I'm looking at the trend now has gone from, hey, let's pimp, let's hoe, it started out a lot different, okay, family dynamic. Family's doing great and everything else, and then we kind of fell off the cliff for a while where it's woe is me and pimping and hoeing and stuff like that. Now we're seeing a seismic shift in the Black community, and it's starting with our kids. They're watching Hollywood, which is great. We just talked about that just a second ago. We're watching Hollywood embrace being fit, being financially savvy, being entrepreneurs, and our kids are seeing that. Our kids are mimicking Hollywood. They're mimicking Snoop. Go. Mimic Snoop, because Snoop is smart. Okay. Snoop is taking his brand and he is selling this, he's selling that, he's making a ton of money. Okay. And he is showing as a model, once again, okay, and we're almost done with this, folks, that he loves one woman and he's staying married to that one woman. Okay. 23 years that brother's been married to that one woman. They got divorced for a season. Okay. The brother's still a dog. Okay. He's still Snoop Dogg, but he knows I love that one woman. I've got kids by this one woman. I want to stay married to that one woman. You're going to see this story more and more and more as time goes by. Okay. Anyways, we will be back again tomorrow.